What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dylan James, also known as Owen Humperdinck, here with you. Political Danqhouse. You know the drill. Thought about programming it and putting it in this screensaver, but I don't feel like it right now. I did all I could to do this right here. Here's all my tags. I'm going to put them in the video eventually. And I do my thing here. Watch it. Watch it. I'll just do me. There I am, L1 Humperdinck, political_Danqhouse, Instagram. At One Man Corner was at DJ Line Barrier. Twitter is my personal. Here's my personal Instagram. There I am, with my notifications on. YouTube. So, what I was going to get into is, before I start, I'm going to take this off. I had it on. I was wearing black yesterday, and I thought if I could find a yellow shirt, and I went to go put the Bob Ross on today, and I found the yellow one here. My Do Not Tread on Me, but I digress. My Anthony Brian Logan, who I'm not saying is affiliated with me in any way. Don't take what I say and put it to him, but if I've got something on, and I think it's cool, and I know where I got it from, or who I think said something, I'll shout him out. Anthony Brian Logan, ABL, he's a cool guy. But I thought it was funny. Don't tread on me, but I digress. You know, it's just the polar opposite of the two. You got the, you're not going to tell me to do things like that, and then it's, but, for now, I'll just let it go. I think it's funny, the duopoly of it. See, my mic is, overkill. There we go. But this sex strike is going on. Alyssa Milano, I really didn't. She's supposed to be from Charmed and all that, and I'm one of those people who doesn't have the affiliation with a lot of things, actors-wise, and vanity. Maybe with the music angle I came through and a lot of stuff, you'd go, wow. And they weren't the biggest losses either, so I guess it wasn't the biggest deal. But you have people when HB2 came around in North Carolina, Pearl Jam, and like Springsteen and all these dickheads were like, well, we're gonna boycott your entire state until you figure it out, you damn Republicans, or whoever they thought it was, trying to go with the common sense angle. But what I thought was funny is that that there's bound to be a lot of people. This goes back to like the slavery thing. Oh, the damn South and this and that. And you go, that if you're living in America under, say, Trump, which is now, but under another president, whoever, and they're doing things on behalf or in America's name, so to speak, wouldn't you want China and all them to know that there's at least some people who are American who don't believe in that? Don't you think it'd be the same way with the South? Don't you believe that there had to be some people that were doing said thing, while they were in it? It's not the location, it's the person. And it's just a way to blanket everything, like a bunch of dickheads forget the fact that there was indentured servitude in the North still. And it's really about taxes, like it always is with the government. It has to do with money. Oh, women's right to vote, or women's right to work, rather. Oh, we get women to work more, we'll have more people, and we'll be able to pay people less wages because more people are working. But, like with the Alyssa Milano thing, I mentioned Eddie Vedder and Springsteen. I'm getting back to them. They boycotted the entire North Carolina state over a law and all the concerts, and I thought, you dumb idiots, like with the slave thing I mentioned just earlier, the example. That there's people in North Carolina who don't agree with the law that's going on, and they're your fans, you idiot. This is before I was even political. I was thinking, I'm a musician. Not only you're trying to make bank, it's not smart, but you're punishing people in North Carolina that would have to go somewhere else at the expense of getting to the few people, which you think is few people, right? If there's less, there's all these backwards people. If there's less, then there are people that are more progressive towards it. Then why would you do a whole state, cut off your nose to spite your face? It's just a real shitty power play. And I thought it's a good thing I don't like Bruce Springsteen, and he sounds like he's shitting every time he sings, or the messing with my mic like fucking Sam Cedar. I look like a damn retard. I don't want to look like him. Fuck. Little smarmy shit. But All these people are going to punish them for things like that. And I just think liberals have the dumbest way. I use the term liberal. You saw my last video. It's time for the left to let go of liberal, just like the right, like me, has had to let go of the term conservative. Because liberals that call themselves liberals these days are not the liberals of, say, live and let live. As long as it's in your house and you're not bothering me, you can do what you want. That's not what people call liberal anymore. Or the people claiming to call themselves liberal. There's people now that say I'm conservative, but they're not conserving our money when it comes to war and our resources and our, let's just say the wall or the border. You wouldn't need a wall if you'd have the troops down there and was able to defend the home. We'd be able to defend the home if we weren't in all these foreign quagmires. So they're not conserving our energies in that way. They haven't conserved anything because they haven't fought anybody on these progressive things. And, they're steamrolling people that are conservative. And if you really stood up for what you believed in, you'd be a conservative and you'd try to conserve. But we're at the point where now we have to be offensive as a right wing so that we can bring it back to a point to where there's actually something to conserve. We're trying to make food. If you're still calling yourself a conservative, and I'm not, shitting on you, I mean, like, ideologically, you know who I'm talking about. Like, that's my identity as conservative, and you're not doing anything for it. It's like you're the part of the people that say, let's cook food, and I'm sitting here telling you, I've told you 15,000 times that the kitchen is out of all food. What are you going to cook? And you know what I'm saying? We're going to conserve. We're going to stand up against this. There's nothing left. You conceded all the ground. You have to go out and fight offensively, politically, and go get some more ground and conquest it back in the political sphere to even be able to have something to conserve. Stupid ass phone. Let me cut this off for a second. Son of a fucking bitch. My laptop went out of power, and so there goes like 25 or 30 fucking minutes of ranting. That was, it was a rant, of course, but damn, now I gotta remember all the stuff I said, and I really blistered people, and so I'm gonna have to remember to make sure I get it all. Piece of shit. Then my computer said, whoa, we're sending a report. I had to force restart it because we all know in today's time, if something takes more than 5 seconds, it's not because you're impatient, it's because the computer's whack. So I turned it off and back on, and then it wanted to play ball. But here I was. Let me open all my crap up again. My file is corrupted, it says. One second. Okay, I got you. I'll leave that whining and crying clip of me about technology in there too. But I looked back and I didn't want to record to do it while I was doing it. But I found out that the stupid phone here was ringing. And people are off on Sundays, and everyone knows this. And you didn't leave a message because you only ring twice and you gave up. Whoever that was, I can't say. I'm on YouTube. Don't let me say what will happen. But if society wanted to run on time, so to speak, people like that wouldn't be able to call into places in Minecraft. But blah, 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 blah. Everything keeps popping up on this damn computer. But I was talking about Alyssa Milano, or should I say Alyssa Retardo. And I'm going to bring up all the stuff that I had up before it made my damn computer crash. Not crash, but here's ugly ass Alyssa Milano from Charmed. And like I said, maybe I'll try to bridge this up. The good part about it is that you remember some of what you said. You can go 1,000 miles an hour and get it done. They did this in HB2. I don't remember if I mentioned in NC. They did it in HB2 and Pearl Jam and stupid ass Bruce Springsteen, which I didn't care about him anyways, but I still got the premise. They're punishing people that might even have been liberals in North Carolina just to prove a point. This is what this dumbass is doing. They're always ill-conceived and they can't see in the future. Look how ugly she is. My God, she's been wrote out. Withholding my vagina. Oh my God, please, just don't. Oh, please don't. Please don't withhold your old moldy vagina that's been stretched out from here to damn Bangkok, pun intended, for your next role. She rolls around in the sheets for her roles, if you know what I mean. The dumbass actress who's 46 and looks like hammered hell. Sex strike. Here she is. Here she is. Our reproductive rights are being erased. No, they're not. They're not reproductive rights. Murder is not reproductive rights. It's not creating to have an abortion. Reproduction is a creation. It's a verb pertaining to the recreation of things and creating in general. So that right there is just enough to know that the bitch is lying, and she's purposely trying to use words. And you'll see the left, this is their main thing to do with abortion, or is abortion, when it comes to these snake words, as I like to call them. They're not your reproductive rights. And I had an analogy I'm trying to remember. It was about creating and destroying. Oh, I got you. It's her dumbass. It's like her saying, "Well, I was spray painting on a church cathedral, and a cop arrests you for vandalism, and you go, yeah, but I was expressing myself, or even you can break windows in a building or something. Well, I was practicing my throwing arm for a baseball. I was practicing my reproductive pitches." Anyways, you go in there and you spray paint all over something and deface something. Well, it's art to me. You're not reproducing. You're destroying something that is classically, just has a statue, so to speak. Something that's nice and has beauty, and you're spray painting all over it. You're trying to pass it off as you're creating your stuff, but you're destroying something by creating what you're doing. You're not. She's muddying that up purposefully. It's not your reproductive rights. If you're killing a kid, you're terminating a pregnancy. By default, you're not. You're not reproducing. You're not creating. You're destroying. And so women have legal control over their own bodies. We just cannot risk pregnancy. Bitch, if you ever got pregnant, which I don't think you could because you're such an ugly looking piece of shit, and I'm going to go hard on this bitch because really she's like the David Hogg of my vagina. It's her turn to be a retard. She's like if the two Krasenstein brothers just made out and had a gay mouth baby, she would pop out. She's just, damn right. I'm not reaching for relevancy. I'm not some actress who no one cares about anymore. And I didn't even when she started. She was on Charmed and stuff, and people say, "Oh, she was kind of hot." I'm not one of those people that looks back and goes, "Well, she wasn't hot because now she does stupid stuff," and I don't want to act like I ever liked her. I just didn't. I didn't at all. A lot of these people I don't know of, like I said in the music example earlier, I only know them because of music. I don't follow film, and whenever I go through and do things like Kevin Spacey, and I'll talk shit about him being a pedophile, alleged, pedophilic guy, I'll have people on Twitter, how could you? I'll go, maybe Kevin Spacey when they're doing the Bill Clinton saga or whatever, if it ever comes out, and I've heard, what the hell did I just say his name? Kevin Spacey. I heard he can do a great accent of Bill Clinton. Oh, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. He's done it many times. I said, hey, he would be great for it, except for the fact that Bill Clinton just, sexually abused, if not, rape, of course, but sexually abused women that, for the most part, seem to be above age. We all know that there's a lot of crazy shit going down on Epstein Island, but for the most part, he attacked women. He was straight. Kevin Spacey went after younger boys and was a fag, I said, but, we have to keep all this in mind. We want it to be exactly right because we want to keep the prestigiousness and the, I don't know what to call it, but everything is copacetic and makes sense with what it is. Like if you're shooting a movie in the 40s, you're not going to use, guns that were made in the 90s in a war movie. But we got to make sure that it's the film accuracy is what I'm thinking of. I'm just spitballing, things that are wrong with Kevin Spacey as to why he can't, act like Bill Clinton in a movie if it ever comes up. Despite him loving him so much, look at who he hangs around with, no surprise. But I said, we'll have to make sure we keep up with the accuracy for film, and all the pussies under me and Twitter and people that I'm supposed to know in real life were like, they're cinephiles, so this is gross, man. Just ugh, take it down. And I'm like, you don't care that about the fucking allegations. You're just mad because you don't want me to take away you don't want Kevin Spacey to got because he might go to jail and then no more movies for me. Oh no, you're such a selfish fucking prick. You don't even care about somebody getting what's coming to them legally because of what they did to someone who was vulnerable like you say you want. Because, my movies, this is just so gross. And look at her. It's not your body, Alyssa Milano. If you ever got pregnant, it wouldn't be you wouldn't be having 4 legs and 4 arms when the baby was. And you know your ass because y'all like to move the goalpost. This is the perfect example of it. Goalposts so damn movable that they're not even there. They think it based off how the woman feels at the time. Well, oh my God, you're so far along and you're fucking 6 months. 6 months to them could be, well, just get rid of that thing. But if somebody wants it at 3 months, what are we gonna name him? Is it a boy or a girl? You want to treat it different based off of where you think it is, or not where you think it even is the scary part. Whether the person wants to or not, and it makes no sense. I mean, of course, it goes continuity. It's in continuity with how they look at gender. Well, I'm a girl today. Well, I'm a boy today. Well, I'm a zer, and I feel like I was born in the wrong body. Change just like that anytime they want, and that's what they want with abortion. They want to be able to have it on demand. They want to be able to say it's a life when I want it and not a life when I don't want it. They want to do it with sex. They want bad sex that they didn't enjoy to be called rape, and deep down inside it's because they know they shouldn't be giving themselves out like that, like they're a bunch of whores, like Alyssa Milano is trying to get people to do. I'm calling for a sex strike. Pass it on. This dumb bitch is doing what me and my hardcore traditionalist friends want. If our choices are denied, so are yours. So she's admitting it's a choice to kill your kid. I thought it was a necessity. I thought the life was always in danger. And she had another one. Oh, here we go. We can love sex and fight for our bodily autonomy. There are lots of alternatives to cis men. What does that mean? Like jerking it, I guess, or banging herself. Look, notice how she's not going to say maybe I'll practice abstinence in any way. She says no, I'm gonna get mine. Even if I don't have a man, I'm still gonna mess with myself. Can you just not? Well, if heroin's illegal, then I'm just going to try to go to the doctor and get opioid pills and lie to the doctor to get opioid pills because they're almost the same as heroin. How about don't get them at all? How about just stop? That's what she's doing. Well, maybe I'll take the hint and not have sex. I don't know who's having sex with Alyssa Milano. She's fucking herself. It seems like she's right here. She's mentioning it. And the alternatives to cis men, it's got to be cis men, right? It's got to be because they're the standard. But why are they the standard? See, because it's the way the law works, the law of nature. Well, no, it's because people got in charge and said that was normal. No, that's the way it worked. By default, it's not even cis, it's straight. They want to change the word straight to cis. They're trying to do some more word games. She's so much wizardry in these tweets that I've noticed. And people just read it and let it fly. To me, cis, she's trying to take away the term straight so that there's no such thing as straight, so you can't have a quote-unquote normal, so that they can pivot off of that some more. They're always trying to grease the skids, and we know this. But it's not a cis man. It's a straight man. It's a normal man. Cry me a river, Alyssa Milano. Let that mascara run, you pig with makeup. Protect your vaginas, ladies. Men in positions of power are trying to legislate them. # sex strike. Men in positions of power. Oh, it must be the damn conservatives, Republicans. Keep your hands out of my body. How about keep somebody's dick out of your body? And there's a woman on here that was saying, Pam Keith, it says, she's like, ladies, stop having sex with conservative men. Total, complete sex boycott. Anybody that's doing the clap emojis and somebody said that on here, I think it's get over yourself. I'm guessing she's black. It's a black thing to do, of course, right? Somebody else would do it. Oof. Don't let them anywhere near you. Give them the hand and keep it moving. Get a B.O.B. I don't know what B.O.B. is. I'm sorry to be honest with you. I don't know in this context. But make it a rule to run, not walk, from men who want to steal your agency over yourself and your life. Steal your agency. You mean like telling women that it's don't worry, it's abortion we got to fight for. No, the war is not women honoring their virginity or men honoring women's what would you call it? Delicacy, not delicacy, delicate, the delicateness, if that's a word, of a woman, to have reserve and resolve for each other when it comes to the sacredness of sex. No, don't go all the way down to the core root of the problem. No, we can't politic that way. Men who want to steal your agency over your life. There's women that are pro-life, you dumb bitch. These women hate women. They hate themselves, therefore they hate women. A woman who would kill her own offspring hates herself. And by default, she's trying to spread her hatred of herself with other women and say, as long as y'all do it with me, I've said it before, and I'm talking about radicals. I'm not talking about people that have, disbelief in God, but atheists will do that. If we take God out of everything, maybe everybody else will be forced to not believe in God, or, we won't be able to talk about it. Then we won't have to worry about it. No, you'll still have a conscience. You'll still be judging yourself. You'll still have that spark in you that makes you think something I'm doing is not right, or maybe there's an order to the universe. What people are trying to do, and with her case especially, that's why they try to censor all these people and censor being able to show what goes on in a abortion. It was on here earlier. They want you to stop with this stuff. Well, it's gone now. She's getting lit up, I guess. But it's like I said, I've worked with people, and they've had abortion. This person had an abortion in the past, and they regretted it and all that stuff, and they got a daughter now, right? And I don't ever hold it against them, and I can forgive people, whatever, it's up to them. But this person is, how dare you keep your hands off a woman's body and this and that. It's not a woman's body. I've said this 1,000 times already. And the multiple arms, multiple legs. If it was part of your body, it'd be growing. And how can a baby, a fetus, be your body and your prerogative? It's in your body, but it's not your body, because at the same time that you're saying it's your body, you're talking about it like it's a cyst, like it's a damn parasite. And I've heard women talk about it that way. And I respect people that are like that, and I kill my kids. Hell yeah, I don't care. It's not a life to me. I respect them more. It's like an enemy. You respect an enemy better than you would a traitor, because an enemy lets you know they're coming for you. These pussy asses like her, oh, well, we just want autonomy over our body. We want control over our body. You got control. Abortion is in 50 states. It's up to the 9th month. You're able to pull them out on the table, and they say, and Northam, moving over to the window, well, we want to keep the baby alive, keep the baby comfortable, and then a decision will be made when we pull that on the table. No, a decision cannot be made at that point. The baby is already out and born. And they're going towards euthanasia. Y'all mark my words. As people that get out of the ceiling of the age, yeah, they'll go after them too. What constitutes a life then? It's going to cost us too much money. A baby's a burden. Don't have sex. Sex was made for reproduction. Sex was made to have kids. It's like drinking alcohol and then being surprised that you got drunk. You have unprotected sex, and have it in a way that's going to spawn a child is going to spawn a child. Wrap it. And all these people saying, oh, it doesn't feel as good. How, if you were having sex the right way and wait until you're married, it wouldn't matter. You would never have to use contraception or a condom, so to speak, right? You wouldn't, the person you would know them, and they wouldn't have STDs, and you would have checked it out. You would have both respected each other enough, and it would have meant more to you. But when it comes to contraception, Jane Roe, she lied. She said she lied. She said she had to lie. And there was contraception on the market at the time, at least 7 types or so, condoms and the pill and all these things. It has nothing to do with birth control. It's about harvesting organs, and we all know it. And it's about sticking it to the man, like the person I mentioned earlier. Seems like that they would understand, since they regret, quote unquote, regret having that abortion. They were in a tough spot and this and that. They could learn from it, right? Especially having a daughter now and realizing, damn, I killed one of those. And he's the type of person that will say, well, maybe the conservatives could get us to maybe concede ground if they wouldn't try to pull this real sick stuff about you're murdering a baby. Well, what is it? Terminating a pregnancy. You're ripping the baby out of the womb. It's not ripping the baby out of the womb. Once it gets so big, you're okay with 9-month abortions, right? Yeah. Well, you don't think a baby stays a pea, right? It stays a pea until the 9th month. You can just, pour water on it like some chia pet and it grows, and you say, all right, we figured it out. Or we can deliver a little bean and pour water on it. That way you don't have to pull it out of the mother. It can just grow on the table. No, it doesn't work that way. A baby grows and doesn't stop growing. And so at 9 months, you're okay with whatever's going to get killed in there. And so your fault is, oh, don't show me that. Don't show me babies getting ripped apart. Don't show me the diagrams. And you're a coward. You're a coward. It's the same person that will say, well, all of these people want to consult with the woman before she has an abortion, and it's a life-changing decision, they say, and blah, blah, blah. It is. It affects women more than it would men, just like sex is more important to women than it is to men, as far as, with the right person, and you don't want to give it up, you don't want to use it and lose it. Women are being convinced, this is your body, your choice, this is your power, you stick it to the man. It has nothing to do with the man. It's woman against government, and the government's trying to use the woman to destroy herself. Like I said with Alyssa Milano, she does not love herself. How could she love her child? How could she love a man enough and attract a man that would love her enough to, in my society, I would never be with a woman that would be okay with abortion in any way. And so I would only have to be in that predicament. As far as I can tell, Alyssa Milano is not getting raped. She's got, look at these, all these reporters, all this, and she's politically active now. She's got all these secret services, and people say, not secret service, but bodyguards, and she says, well, I'm at the point where I can handle that. What about the women on the street that can't? Don't be out at 2 a.m. in a dress. I hate to say it. Don't be having a little bit of sex. I'm going to turn... But like I was saying with my other one, Grant Northam, he said, we keep the baby alive, we keep it comfortable. And then a decision will be made. It's already too late. That's like getting dunked on and the scoreboard's out and you're fucking 4 points behind and you lose a basketball game and you huddle up. Instead of saying nice game, you guys go, and it's already over. Just like how the baby's already born, you go, all right, guys, let's get in there. We got 0 seconds on the clock left. The decision has already been made, but we're going to try our best to go in there and maybe get a 3 and a whatever. And somebody looks at coach and says, are you retarded? It's too late now. The game is over. It is too late to have an abortion and to terminate a pregnancy when it is out and breathing. They don't think so. How far is it going to go? And remember that Ramsey, I said that black woman from MSNBC, Francesca Ramsey or something maybe, she said, we got to get past this idea of kids are private and belong to their families. See, they're working towards that. If you cannot respect your wife or your husband and not love your child enough to where you'll kill it, of course you'll give it up to the state. She wants them to belong to whole communities, and you can see that they're working towards that with all this stuff. Join me in not having sex to get our bodily autonomy back. No one's taking it from you, idiot. You've got agency over your own body. You've got agency over your own choice. The Doctor of Common Sense, God rest his soul, E.T. Williams on YouTube, it used to be. God rest his YouTube soul. I mean, he's not dead. He used to say, they always say, oh, we're going to vote with our body parts. Come November, you men are going to be in fear because we're going to vote with our body parts. He said, I agree, vote with your body parts. Vote with them before you lay down. If people treated sex as it would be to spawn the next generation, they would be looking for traits in people that would make healthy children, whether it's natural, whether you know that you're doing that and you're dialed in. But women wouldn't be fucking any stranger in a bar and vice versa with men. And I think a lot of it has to do with men. That's why dumbass Alyssa Milano doesn't want to talk to somebody like me, because I'll criticize the male too. Her cis male. Men should have the gumption, and men should be strong enough to tell their woman, no, you're not killing my son. A real man will not let a woman kill his son or his daughter, and will protect a woman from herself. I said this on Twitter when people said male feminist, because the pro Jared got in trouble, right? And they said, imagine my shock, a male feminist who doesn't know how to treat women and abuses whatever, right, or weird. And I said male feminist is not an oxymoron, but it's a redundant statement, because a feminist is all about the woman always being right. Let the woman always choose what she wants to do. No pushback, no nothing, right? She's a free spirit. Gavin McInnes said it one time, it's like letting somebody drive a BMW drunk. You know what I mean? Something so delicate and you're just letting them haphazardly. There's no protection to it. It's a man's job, in my opinion. Call me chivalrous and old school and traditional, but it's to protect a woman. And I think a lot of times it's to protect the woman from herself. And women will let you know this by the way that they test you. And people want to say that it's petty or that I'm stereotyping women, but women, you do this, and I've experienced it with dating. They'll see what they can get by with around you because they don't respect someone that will let them have their way. That's why you have these cucks and stuff like that. And, maybe I'm going to get the girl if I dress up in the pussy hat. No, you're too agreeable. Women know that. Women know that a man will not stand up against another man for the sake of his children in the future if he's not going to be able to stand up to her. He'll wither. And ultimately, men want to do that with other men. I want to be in we'll call it squad, but friendship with men that if I was backsliding on whether it was religiously or anything, or my morals, or you were getting into drinking again and you had quit, if you were someone that had quit, that you want somebody that will not be a pussy and say, well, I'm not mocking you, I'm using this as an example. I'm a humanist, and I'm for every human making their decision. And ultimately, I don't have a say in what you do, but no, you don't have to preface with all that stuff. We started doing that in modern times. People just used to tell you how they felt, and you would just take it or leave it. You need somebody that will say, you're not drinking tonight. You're not having any more. We're about to go home. Women want a man that'll protect them. That's all they want, and they ultimately know that. And some of them don't, but that's ultimately what they want. I had someone, he's a gammon male. He's always asking questions like, do you really? You know, the type that will ask you a question, you don't really believe that. They don't want to know. They're saying, hey, you don't really believe that, you fucking idiot, do you? Oh my God, you're so backwards. This person said, but Dylan, when I said that, and you know me, I'm Dylan. I'm you know my name. I'm at DJ Linebarrier on Twitter. You know my name. It's already implied that you're talking to Dylan or at Dylan, literally at Dylan. When you're adding me in a comment, you're replying to me. I know you don't have to preface it. And so you know that when they're doing that, that's a psychological operation that the cunt was trying to pull on me. He was, but Dylan. It's like when your mom says, Dylan James Linebarrier. You know, and she don't ever really do that, but you know what I mean, the type. He would be like, but Dylan, question mark. This is so ignorant. Oh no, oh no. You know, how can we tell what's great, what's right for women and what they want and what's best for them? Because we are men. And he used we like he wanted to tie it in like, oh, you know, I'm criticizing us together. No, I'm different from you. Don't you dare put me in the same category as you cuck. How do we know what women want? Ugh. He put a fucking ugh. UGH. This was this past week. Less than 2 days ago. He used ugh in fucking 2019. About to put the boot in your ass and you'll say ugh. Ugh boots. I mean, what a dumb fucking comment. And his wife liked it. And it's like the only one who liked it. And I thought, oh, you better wear a condom tonight because, you know, she'll probably give up that ass tonight. And, you know, all that fecal matter will probably get him sick if he's not careful. Or, you know, if they want to do it the old school way, you know, you better have a condom or be careful because he's got a kid. And I don't bring people's kids into that at all. But I'll use it as an example. He better make sure he doesn't want another kid because if he gets pregnant, he might have to abort it. Because he's definitely getting some tonight. He's going to get blown something. Because, oh, man, she just, he's defending whatever right. And I'm thinking to these idiots, you guys are married. You want to be like liberals, but you're a married couple with a kid. You're literally proving my point, you idiot. She's proving by liking his comment, standing up to me, even though I think he's wrong, that she finds it attractive that a man will stand up for what she and he thinks right. Or stand up for women in his own way, which I think is stupid. She don't even get that she proved my point that all women want is a man that will protect them and defend them and communicate for them. I wasn't saying, oh, you know, you shut up. Oh, only when I say so. No, you have a man that will take the burden off the woman when it comes to raising the kids and all sorts of things like that. That's not saying, oh, women are too stupid to take care of kids. Oh my God. No, it's not black or white. That's what they want to do, and they do it disingenuously. They're not that damn stupid. They want to try and paint your position as that so that everybody can call it barbaric. But saying that men should help with women and kids, it's saying that men should do more, not that women are too stupid to do it by themselves. And it just goes into to elaborate into the mind of these people and how they think and how they're negative to women. I know people always say, I'm the real feminist. I don't even call myself a feminist, but I say I know what would work for women. How do we know what would work for women? Because we're doing it your way right now, you cocksucker. Abortion is legal up until the 9th month. Women are having promiscuous sex. They know nothing about relationships. They know nothing about loyalty. They know nothing about a good man that will protect them. And it's proven to not work. The pussy riot, pink hat people, women and their cuck boys. They go out there and they're going to change something. They're madder in 2019 than they were in 2018 and they were in 2017. Oh, well, it doesn't matter about Trump or not. We will sarge on. I said sarge on like I'm Sam Hyde. We'll just charge on. We'll keep marching forward. Nevertheless, we persist. Blah, blah, blah. Right? They're angrier and angrier every year. Tell me that your way's working, idiot. It's like somebody saying, well, we're not women. How can we discuss on it? I know what works and what doesn't. If we're doing plan A and 1,000 times it doesn't work and there's plan B, I go, we could try plan B. Well, how do you know? What the fuck? How do you know? How do you know plan B is going to work? I don't know. Plan A is not working. All I have to do to prove you wrong is to prove that your way is not working, and I have. Women today have proven to you that they're not any happier than they were with this quote-unquote liberation that they've done. And this jackass is somebody that wants to be a part of it. He's part of a news thing, right? I told you I've worked with news things, right? and he's got his little verified, and he's not even big enough to have verified, or nobody else is going to try to be this guy, and so he probably feels real jerky about that, right? He's into sports, which is fine. It's his prerogative. But like I told y'all, I give up a lot of stuff, and not like, I had to give up so much music and art and all that stuff. I still do it, but I dedicate a lot of my stuff to culture and politics. I know my shit. You see my Twitter, it's going to be the same thing, same type of subjects. This person is talking about sports, and so-and-so did great, and the Braves, and sports, and baseball, and I know so much about sports. And then I also want to know, be the one who, quote-unquote, knows more about everyone else in politics. Like I said, the gamma male, I'm king, but in my own mind, but nobody else in the world knows it. Like, speaking from authority like he was, trying to browbeat me. Bitch, I'm tied to what's right. I could give a fuck what you think. He's on there on talking about sports, and he'll talk about something else. I saw literally that day when I checked his account, he had retweeted something about China and USA going at it in tariffs, right? And it might have had something to do with the newspaper, like people I've worked with before will cry about, well, this is going to affect us, and how are the world going to know what's going on without us? And I go, I don't know, the phone, you idiot, looking out and going out in the streets, watching people like me. Not that I'm, some arbiter, or watching people that go out and literally film the rallies with no cuts, I perceived it this way, and and editorializing. You can see it in real time. You're going out of business because you're being outdated, and you're not trying to be honest with people. It can make a damn whether your paper tariffs go up or not. And so he retweeted something like that, and not that he said that, but I guess it was in that vein. And I thought, how easy could it be to retweet that, or just reply and go, hey, idiot. You're not an economist. You're not a politician either. What gives you the right to tell what politicians would benefit from better and how they could do things better? Because you're not a politician. And his dumb ass would get caught in his own lies. He'd probably say, well, I know what's best for the country because it affects me. Yeah, you only care about things when it affects you. This is the same type of people. I talked to my brother, and he said, I can't stand people like that because he claims to be a Christian. And he's the type of person that he wants to play the live and let live type thing to people's detriment. So you can see it with the women. He's probably getting pegged right now by his wife. Anything to not upset her, right? Oh, God forbid you challenge someone or correct someone. He's the type of person that was all ecstatic over Obama and, the gays. 2015, the rainbow lit up White House, right? My only complaint back then, and I went through design school for years and stuff, bunch of liberals, right? They were fine with me. I said, I don't agree with it being done like that federally. I don't even believe marijuana and stuff like that should be done. It should be state by state, especially with abortion. And that's why people want stuff done federally, because they know that Alabama will never be California, and they can't fucking stand it. If you care that much about your body, Alyssa Milano, talking about Georgia, trying to affect Georgia through California, then fucking don't. I'll tell your people that moved to Georgia to come live with you in your aborted fetus mansion. You dumb bitch. He's on there, and with the gay marriage thing, this is so great, this is blah blah progressive, blah, blah, this is what Christ would want. And it's like, are you sure? Are you fucking sure? I'm sure he said shit like that. Or, we gotta love, this is such a momentous day in America when not getting married is not getting stoned to death, you fucker. You're not fighting anything of importance. You're not triumphing over something you had nothing to do with it, you fairy boy. What a sissy. All I said was I didn't like the way that it was lit. The house was lit up because it's never been lit up like that before. And oh my God, Dylan's a homophobe. He's a bigot. He's a whatever. And I'm like, you idiots. I thought I knew you. And I'm like, I guess you thought you did, you dumb shit, because I've always been the same. You just never cared. Same with the politics. They don't care until it affects them. They never care about someone's opinion on something until it comes up, and then they want to act shocked. True friends will ride it out. We'll figure out what people are about. If your hill is to die on is Fag Mountain, then whatever, I have nothing against it. I just don't, and I said, why does it have to be marriage? It could be civil union. No, it's about changing the name. Just like with Alyssa Milano, it's about changing it from straight male to cis male, so that they're not normal either. They're just another class. This person that was so spammy over the, gay marriage is so great. And so this, to get his good boy points, the bakers in the U.S. immediately got attacked by gays. Out of all the places to go, they always went to the places that wouldn't serve them, and not the Muslim bakers and your Jewish bakers that wouldn't serve them. It's always Christians, because there's something about people that know that that's the one faith that is right, and so it irks them. They want it gone more than anything, and they would go into it. And I never saw a tweet from this motherfucker about this is an attack on Christendom. I got to stand up for my people, just not just for free speech, but for religious free speech, and I think it's unfair that they said they would serve them no matter what, even if they're gay or not. They just didn't want to put two guys on a cake or two girls on a cake. That's all it was. It wasn't even get out faggot, no cookies for you. They told them they would sell certain things. There's certain stipulations they wouldn't do, which any business should. You should be able to say, I don't want blacks. And if you want to take the chance of people not coming in there because they're black and they can't, or because people get pissed that you did that, then that's the way the free market works. And I'm no free market tart, but these people want to act like they are. They don't want to take it to their logical conclusion. Almost like economic anarchy of, we can refuse service to anyone. What's next? No shoes, no shirt, no service. You want to go in there butt naked? It's no different. You're compelling someone to follow your rules in their place of business. But he was nowhere to be found. He was nowhere to be found when he was Christians were being targeted. He didn't have a problem with that. So he's more emphatic about gays getting the right to marry, right, and trying to change what the term of marriage is, then he was more active about defending Christians when they were being politically preyed upon by the gay homosexual lobby. So who's his allegiance really to? He can't even pretend that he likes both. He's more progressive than he is Christian, so he's not Christian. Going to church and having fun with the worship and holding your hands up and, oh, I just want everybody to get along. Jesus was kind, he wasn't nice. And it's blasphemous the way you're going to act like that. Let me pull up something my buddy said. I call him Paramite Pie. I'm not going to give his name. He's talking about Alyssa Milano, and he says, Alyssa Milano, this was a Saturday. Like Saturday 11:43 or something, right? Alyssa Milano has announced a sex strike until women's abortion rights are safe, whatever the fuck that means. Let's pretend for a minute that these women can control their vices, and they can't. They still want free shit and validation, so they aren't going to stop dating. Just stop fucking on the first date. Alyssa Milano is going to force women to hold out. Women will go on multiple dates without having sex. Women will then realize that men will stick around without having sex. Of course, I mean, if they're good men and they're attracted to their personality, men, they won't stop seeing them just because they won't have sex. Women will then realize that the men will stick around without the sex, and women will get to know men before having sex with them. A dumb cunt on Twitter is going to revive the traditional relationship when all she meant to do was throw a shit fit. So that's true. It's unintentional red pilling or trad pilling traditional. So that's why, like I told you all, I don't call myself conservative anymore. Like a liberal shouldn't call themselves liberal. It's been hijacked. Conservatism has been hijacked, but not in the aggro going after things like the left is. It's becoming stagnant. What have they conserved, right? You have to go on the offensive to get things that we can hold dear at this point to even have something to conserve. So that's why I don't call myself conservative. Despite I'm personally conservative, I'm not politically conservative, because what have they done? Look at the conservatives are the ones who have let abortion get out of hand at this level. No one had any fight. We have to go on the offensive at this point. And you saw those screen caps, and I said to him, you saw those screen caps. I was talking about this person, the Twitter thing. I was saying the same type of shit that Milano's ass is pushing. But I wasn't a lefty. She's unintentionally pushing what I was saying and what my friend here is saying, Paramite. He says liberal women will realize that they can't do a sex strike as long as other women are willing to have sex with men. And that's true. It's the same thing with addiction, with alcohol, with anything. You know, you go to a party where you used to hang out with all these people and you still hang out with them, but you don't drink anymore. You can't sit there like Alyssa Milano wants to do and say, well, everybody here cannot drink because it needs to be easier for me to not drink. It's just like with these women. If they're going to do the sex strike, some of them are not going to have the wherewithal to do it, and some of them aren't going to give a shit. And then Alyssa Milano is going to be sitting there saying, well, I want to be down for the cause, but I also want to fuck around. And so as long as they're not doing it, I'm not going to. It's not like that. It's not a movement. That right there is proven, like I've just said, that it's inward. It's how you view things. It's how you view abortion, how you view the importance of marriage, how you view sex. Is it for reproduction? That's why I got on her about this stupid tweet with our reproductive rights. They're not being erased. You're increasing them, and we're correcting you. We're changing it from overcorrection to the left, and you're squealing like a fat pig that you are with makeup, Alyssa Milano. It's pushed so damn far in your direction that any little bit is going to make you cry. And I didn't have this up. But here we go. That's what I was saying. Reproductive rights are being erased. They're not being erased. You're adding them. You're pushing afterbirth abortion. Tell me. Resistance is not, oh, God forbid, we're being attacked. We're under attack. Oh, I'm a wilted flower. I'm a bad bitch until somebody wants to attack me on what I believe. Stand up for yourself, you bad bitch. Man ain't going to tell you what to do. And if he does, you're going to cry, right? Oh, God, you're going to get the Twitter Nazis on him. This dumbass. There was this woman, and I think I've already mentioned her. Pam Keith. That's the one. It's just, stop. Stop. Go to complete text boycott. Stop. It's basic black lady. I'll let them get your stuff, but I'll steal your agency. It's just, I don't know. I went through it, but I'm tripping out. It's just the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. And so these people, they're doing what we want them to do, which is funny. You might as well just let them push this. But they're going to realize that women aren't going to stop having sex, and that like men aren't. That women are going to reveal to us, like we know that they're acting like they're not. They're going to reveal to the world that they love sex just as much as men. And who's going to be the barbaric one then, huh? And look at this shit. Men in positions of power are trying to legislate them. She's talking about Republicans. All these damn Republicans. Goes back to the guy I was talking about. He's not pro-life, or he's not pro-abortion, or pro-choice. It was pro-abortion. He's not pro-abortion because, I regret having it as a kid, but I still agree with it, even though whatever. Explain that to your daughter right there. You're not pro-choice. You've made up your mind in your dialogue, looking back, that you regret it. You can't regret it and still push for it. You have to repent. Not even in the political sense, repent. You can't keep going back to the old ways you used to think. If you said you're changed, you're not really changed. And if you are, then it's just spite. You don't give a shit about these women. You don't care about everything out of your mouth is, we don't want no man in a woman's body, whatever. There's women that don't believe in abortion. You're going to talk shit to a woman about how she can't tell another woman what to do, because then you'll be telling a woman what she can and can't think. Be careful with the rules you set, you dumb idiots. It's all spite about these Republicans and conservatives. Somebody that they looked up to, or was supposed to be the example, like a pastor, in Christendom. Somebody will be supposed to be the poster child, right, of the said religion. Just like the politician. And somebody who thinks that they're a leftist or a liberal and is personally conservative, they just think that they're socially liberal and want all this stuff. Well, people can just leave each other alone. They don't really believe that. They're trying to... I'm being edgy like the damn 70s kids. Take that, World War II boomer dad. I'm smoking pot. I'm sexually libidinous. Take that, dad. You think they wanted to go around and fuck 80 women in a week? No. They weren't happy for doing it either. They thought they were, but it was really to get back at daddy and mama. And they know that. And I call it out all the time with this person. He doesn't... Because it's the worst thing for women is to put them in that position to make them kill their own child, and a real man will not. And maybe we'd concede ground if they would stop calling it murder. No, it wouldn't. You're just wanting people to stop hurting your feelings or bullheading you into thinking and accepting your own words for what it means. Because when it comes to gun debate, you're not going to concede any grounds. It's a trick. Well, maybe if you just let up on me, I'll leave you alone. You get up off the ground and then they sucker punch you. That's what they're going to do, these snakes. And men in power. She wants to talk about men in power. I'll pull up the tweet again. I'm all over the place, but so is Alyssa Milano. At least I'm cognizant. Men in positions of power shouldn't be in charge of your bodies, ladies. Protect your vaginas, ladies. Yeah, first of all, what I'm saying, she was talking about your body. vote with it or think about this. Maybe you should be thinking about that before you even have sex to start with. Maybe you shouldn't be having premarital promiscuous sex. You wouldn't be in this position to have to think about it then if you thought about it back then. Or now, and if you were thinking about it back then. Protect your vaginas, ladies. Men in positions are how we're trying to legislate them. Oh, May 11th, baby. Ooh, that was yesterday, 3:37 p.m. That was Saturday. Oh, what men in position? Because you're talking about just like our cucked people I'm talking about that I've worked with before. Well, you know the type. Well, we just do well. It's damn Republicans. They just can't leave women's body alone. It's not a woman's body. They're fighting for the right of the kid, not taking the right away from the woman. A woman is not taking care of herself by murdering the baby. And if you want to talk about these fringe examples, fine. But they always have to twist things. Like I said with the don't call it murder. What do you want to call it? The reason they want to call it things is so they can snake around and get around linguistically. You look at the colleges, oh, all these women are getting raped and we need abortion for that. It's so damn low that they had to convince all these women that regret was rape. And then you have Mattress Girl and all these idiots on college campuses and everybody's saying, look how many women are getting raped. There's 70 women that have sex in a week at a college. Let's just be, conservative at least. And if 50 of them regret it, there's 50 cases of rape right there. All right. And so no wonder the shit's going to look like it's skewed high up. There's this many rapes. It's a fucking pandemic. 1 in 4 women getting raped at college? Are you in college in the damn the fucking Congo? Are you out there in jungles with no septic tanks and a bunch of migrant gangs and stuff running around? Are you in Sudan? No, you're not. And the reason you had to pull that shit is so that you could have your excuse to say, all these women are getting raped. How are we going to help them? You didn't have that quote-unquote statistical proof that rape was even that high. They do it with the transsexuals, too. That's why they're trying to convince all these kids that they're gender dysphoric, right? And so whenever they say, oh, we have to fight for trans because it's such a big deal, and people go, yeah, but they're like 0.003% of the society. And they can say, no, all these people are. They're not literally trans. They're confused. That's what they're doing with abortion and rape. That's not rape. That was regret. And so they're shitting on people that have actually been raped just to push their narrative so they can feel better about their language and the way things are wording it. They're calling people that believe in strong borders fucking Nazis. You think they care about the way language is being carried in this country? No, they're not. They just want you to stop making them think, making them inwardly introspect into their mind to challenge what they know is wrong, and it bothers them because they cannot argue with it. They can't. And so that's where all this censorship and stuff comes from. It's like, I don't shit on them, but the militant ones, the atheists, if we took in God, we trust out of everything. If we took God off of everything, if people stopped talking about God, we'd be better off. No, you'd still feel convicted, and it would be from God. And you'd still be pissed the fuck off, even more so because you realize that it was inward, just like with the woman. It doesn't matter if abortion's legal or not. Women should know better than to not have them. Cry me a river and fucking fight me. But it's a societal thing. Because murder is illegal. People murder each other all the time. Somebody's murdering someone as I speak. In the same state that I'm in, not even somewhere around the world, right? It's illegal. They don't like to think about the pros and cons and the cost of and people's way of thinking about it. Is it worth the risk? And because they know that they just want to admit it because they're using their propaganda to weigh the scales on it's more profitable, for the woman or beneficial to have the abortion. So clearly they know about the pros and cons and the weighing things out. They just don't want us to have a say so in it. This person I was talking about is so damn offended that he had an abortion. That, like I said, he keeps railing on it now. It's not that he cares; it's that he don't want to ever admit that he was wrong. And I'm not calling him wrong, but like I said, introspectively, he knows that if he says, "Yeah, I've got a daughter now. I'm glad that I didn't abort her," or I've come to realize as an older person, because then he'll have to admit that he was wrong. Then maybe maybe something that a Republican said before he was born. Oh, it might vindicate him, and I can't let him have a win. It's so fucking petty. That's what it's about. He's in here saying, "Well, all these women getting talked to. Oh, that's bullying women. That's bullying." Oh my God. Telling a woman what's going to happen to them. You mean like how they do every type of person when they go into a procedure? We're going to do this. We're going to pull this tooth out and we're going to shoot you up in a gums here. And then when we do this, you're going to feel a little woozy. They do it for everything. You just don't want to do it for abortion because you know that when a woman sees that, she'll have some fucking empathy like a woman would. and say, I don't want to do this to my child. And if a strong man was there, he would not let them do that to his child. That's the way we beat this damn thing. But to talk to a woman about a procedure that's going to happen, you're bullying them. Well, then if you're talking to a woman about how you're going to have to give her skin grafts because her leg caught on fire or something, oh, don't scare her. Don't gross her out. She might give up. She might not have the procedure. It doesn't make a damn if she's scared or not. She's got to have the procedure. If a woman's so damn pro-life and she's a strong woman, she should be able to handle some criticism. And they're not even criticizing her. They're telling her what's going to happen to her body. And in Grant Northam's case, it's between her and a practitioner. It's not even a doctor. And so they're still lying to them in those rooms, and it's still not good enough. It's like the Mike Pence thing. All these boomers see the electroshock Mike. They think, oh, he's coming to zap liberals and stuff. No, it has to do with the gay thing. There was conversion therapy, and it was voluntary. But they can't even let one gay person try it at their own will, because what if it does help them? Oh, we'll lose our thing, just like with the abortion. If we concede anything on abortion, then Republicans might be right, and there goes our bread and butter. People will realize that it's a vice and it's not a choice, or it's not a lifestyle, it's a vice. And the Democratic Party runs off of vices. They'll be fucked. I think I went through everything that I could think of. Like I said, my video cut out. It's about the storm anyways, but my video cut out, and now I'm trying to pick up with all the things I might have saw or said. There I am. And you follow me on Instagram at political_Danqhouse. Twitter, it's your boy at DJ Line Barrier, One Man Carnival. I'm also on One Man Carnival. And on Instagram, I'm at one_man_carnival. That's the same on Gab. You guys let me know what you think. I feel like this is just a slap in the face of anybody who's reasonable. Even science is against this stuff at this point, from the party of quote-unquote science. They want to say science, to close with you, just like everything else. They push the ball and then say, well, science is on our side. The more we start looking at science, we start realizing that the life is more of a life. The earlier it is in the pregnancy, then they would like it. And then, oh, well, fuck science then. You forget science then. Oh, we love science. Global warming. You look at it and you go, actually, it's cooling at the moment. Get out of here. You're not a real scientist. Someone kick him in the ass and knock his teeth out on the way out. He's not down for the cause. Follow me wherever you want. Hop around while you can. It's Sunday. Tomorrow's Monday. You're going to have to hit the trail. Trail of Tears, as they call it. Not really. But get back to work. So enjoy your rest of your weekend. And you guys let me know what you think about this. I'm definitely aggro, but I warned you. And so, like I said about the opposite side, I respect someone who's blunt and will tell me they don't see it as a life. They don't give a shit if you'd call it murder. I'm the same on the opposite side. I'm the type of guy that's not going to bully a woman that's had an abortion because she had to or something, or because of rape or something, or even that she was misguided, which is all these people. I have a problem with the fucking senators that are manipulating these women for their own personal gain, and they're not there to console them whenever they're depressed. You have post-mortem. You imagine what post-abortion is like for a woman, and they regard sex and life more important than a man does. But I'll tell you where I'm coming from. I'm not going to be a pussy about it. I'm not going to try to say, don't say these words, don't say that. I'll let you know that most of these women out in the street, not the ones that have regretted or anything like that, but I don't start out like this. But like I said in other things, I will match you in your vitriol. If someone wants to say, my body, my choice, keep your hands out of my body, I'll say, stop being a whore. Abortion's not a method of birth control. And I'll leave you with that, you frog bastards. Real quick, though, I wanted to make sure I didn't leave this out. This is actually one of the things I remember that wasn't a discussion, but I had this. Don't tread on me. But I digress. I just thought it was funny. I was wearing my cool coat. Remember I told you got yesterday, right? And it was with black. And I said if I had a yellow one, I was going to wear the Bob Ross. And I said, wait, there's a yellow. That'd look good in this all black, right? This is Anthony Brian Logan. If you like him, check him out. I don't affiliate my way with him, as in I don't represent him, and whatever I've said in this, don't you dare put it on him. But check him out. I think he does cool stuff. He's more level-headed than me in the sense that he wants to be more casual and stuff. I'm just going to tell you like it is, or how I see it is. But don't tread on me. But I digress. It's just funny, the duality. Have a good weekend, guys.